Oh, now it's recording. What? Anyway, so I was wondering if that was actually recording. I'm actually glad it didn't, because I think the last video I attempted kind of sucked. Anyway, so there's that out of the way. Hi, my name is Ann Gibson. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry for not posting a video in a long time. I wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk's death, because it's hit a lot of people. It I cried. Um, hell, I find myself kind of stilted at the moment too. And one thing I find very disconcerting is the way the far radical left, is reacting to his brutal assassination in front of his family, in front of his wife and kids. There are leftists, liberals, taunting his wife, saying he deserved it. I'll tell you something. I've watched Charlie Kirk for a few years. He was one of my first inspirations. I haven't watched one of his debates in a while since this whole thing happened. But I will say that he was one of my biggest influences, in terms of my shift from liberalism to conservatism. He really made me think. Granted, he's not the only one, but let me just say that of all the conservative figures, he was one of the least inflammatory. He was one of the gentlest, most, he gave kids a chance to speak their views freely and have a reasonable debate. He gave conservatives that chance. I mean, just imagine how hard it is on college campuses, which are just woked the F out. Like, I went to college. You could not say you were a conservative without getting crapped on. Like, let alone physically hurt. That would have been a risk if I had come out and said I was conservative back in 2016 when I went to college. Holy crap, that was when Trump derangement syndrome happened. All began to, become a thing. And it is a real thing. And that's what this all results from, is this Trump derangement syndrome, constantly calling conservatives Hitler and all these other ugly things that have there's no bearing in reality here. None of that makes sense. What has he ever done that's Hitler-like in the slightest? Nothing. And you guys, I mean, the far left, they just go off on lying tangents. It is super unhinged. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Some of them are gleeful over the fact that that Charlie Kirk got murdered. Some of them are celebrating. Just like they I mean, it's similar to the way they reacted when Trump almost got assassinated. They're like, "Oh no, I shouldn't have missed." I'm absolutely appalled, disgusted. I'm not surprised, but at the same time, I am shook by the sheer number of far left liberals celebrating. I say far left because I don't assume that all liberals think this way, you know. And some liberals have some what's the rationale. Some of them aren't that wicked, no. Just like there are some bad conservatives, there are some bad or good liberals out there too, but I'm just going to say that it's not looking good for the left right now. Most of the left, they appear to just be evil, evil, evil people. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying a lot of them are evil. I mean, there's nothing more evil than celebrating the death of someone who did nothing but allow for people to have a voice, for people to be able to debate. He gave conservative people, young people, the chance to to discuss issues and questions freely without dealing with condemnation or someone shutting them down. It's interesting how you call us the fascists, yet what you're doing, what the far left is doing, is the very definition of fascism. Not allowing for free discussion and debate and free speech, and instead killing a human being for that. Just think about that hypocrisy. I mean, I'm astounded. That's not the party I knew 10 odd years ago. No, it isn't. And I'm absolutely disgusted. Um, the reason why I became conservative, it was a kind of a gradual process, was because um, I was actually watching liberal leaning like platforms like Jubilee, Middle Ground, that kind of stuff, give debates, and I found myself agreeing with the right instead of the left. I found that I almost wholeheartedly agreed with most of what the right was saying, and almost nothing that the left would say. I mean, just watch these Jubilee debates and you see all this race baiting. Um, I mean, people talking over conservatives when the conservatives are just speaking facts and logic and truth. I mean, just think about it. I don't know a single conservative trans person in my life. And I think that's because a lot of them feel shut down, like they can't talk, they can't speak. If you even talk about detransitioning, that topic, you get shut down. People tell you you're just talking right-wing talking points, or you're getting the wrong information or whatever. I think we're being gaslit. I think we're being gaslit. And I think we've had enough. I think we've had enough. I think we have every right to speak our minds and our opinions without anyone resorting to violence. But we can't control how people react and behave. It is scary. But I think that now, even though it is scary, I sent my friend, one of my few conservative friends here, a message asking them how they're doing, telling them about the situation, and that I'm worried for my own safety. I'm worried for his safety. How are you doing? They agreed with me wholeheartedly, 100%. Um, on all these thoughts I was having. But gosh, I'm going to also tell him that I think it's important for people to keep speaking their minds. It's important for people to don't let anyone push you down. Don't let anyone shut you down. We need to speak with integrity. We need to speak the truth, and we need to get that out there. We cannot let them swarm us with their lies. We cannot let them shut us down, let alone kill us. We cannot let that happen. Because then our society is just going to crumble. We're going to crumble. as a civilization. People, one of our basic human rights is the right to speak. And Charlie Kirk was one of the least inflammatory of them all, of all conservative speakers I've seen. He was one of the least inflammatory. He just allowed for people to speak their minds freely on topics that deserve discussion and questioning, deserve to be questioned. He was not a, a bigot by any measure, by any margin. And he was a good man. He was one of the good ones. And he accepted people. He listened to people. He heard them out and then gave them a rational response, a rational answer, or asked rational questions. You know, one of my siblings, again, I'm not naming any names. I don't do that. That's not my shtick. But they're so fucking radicalized that, I mean, they've never had one police encounter in their life. I'd bet you gold on that if I had it. Uh, and I heard them blurt out, "All cops deserve to die." What an idiot! That's all and they know who they are if they ever see this video. You're an idiot for saying that. A fool. Yeah, I speak my mind and I speak the truth, and I have every right to do that, no matter who tries to shut me down. You wanna fight me? Go right ahead. But this whole situation is gross. It's heartbreaking. It's a little confusing because it's it's sort of showing us what really dark times are to come if we don't put an end to this. And I think that the only remedy is for us to speak louder and for us to be honest and truthful and to not let the lies, don't let the lies rule. Don't let lies rule us. You know, I'll actually read my message that I sent to my friend. It's kind of cohesive, as it fully demonstrates how I'm feeling in this situation. And you know, I'm not used to speaking in front of a camera, so I don't know if I've gotten my my feelings fully out there. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, I don't know. But um let's see. Okay, I go to my other account. By the way, my hair is getting longer. Sorry to digress, but I don't like the feeling of my hair on the back of my neck when it's this length. Okay, anyway, so uh, so I said, "Hi, not gonna give you his name. Hey, Fred, my heart is broken upon the awful news that Charlie Kirk, one of my greatest inspirations, has been brutally assassinated in broad daylight in front of his wife and children. The glee expressed by some on the radical left has left me feeling utterly sickened and even a little afraid for my life. I won't go into Portland wearing my Trump shirt or hats for a while now. You're one of the only reasons why I feel that I can live here despite being the minority. But what happened to Charlie Kirk for merely speaking the truth, for conducting civil debates and giving others a voice? The left have been lying and slandering his character left and right. Needless to say, I am disgusted, but I also fear for our safety. How are you doing? Hope we can hike soon. So that's pretty much what I wanted to express with this video. I don't know what else to say. I guess the important thing I'm trying to send out there is that we need to keep having honest discussions. We need to carry on Charlie Kirk's message, which is just the truth. All right? The sky is blue. I didn't make it so, as Blair White would say. So, anyway, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe. I really want to make these videos work. I really want to make more videos. So yeah, that would be very much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay true to yourselves, no matter who tries to bear down on you, no matter who tries to control you, no matter who tries to disrespect you. If you're speaking the truth, you're speaking God's truth, then God is on your side. Just remember that. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.